Once upon a time, a very attractive and non-gay woman named Miguel W. decided to play Minecraft for 15 years straight. ... She is commissioned by the country of Vietnam to play every version of Minecraft, starting in May 2009, with each day in the game representing a day in the real world. Due to highly autistic nature, Misha refused, but she is severely in debt and have no choice but to accept, under threat of execute by the country of Kampuchea, formerly great nation of Saigon.
This is the first version of Minecraft. Here's some grass textures and cobble pillars because fuck you. This took me so long to make because of the lag and poor controls. Awesome, straight! Protagonist Steve is here! And he's a zombie in the code. I renovate the first structure with a new selection of blocks. Also, Archelaus in my fucking walls! I'm love trapping Steve. Marge, don't tell me we're in the release of Minecraft. I hate going back. At this point in time, I couldn't save Minecraft World, so I asked my friend to make a structure, with just the blocks we had at the time. And you'll be seeing a bit more of this friend in the future. His name is Nick. Feeling like Agent Ash right now with his 122 FPS flex. The new and improved Steve Torture Room, now in proper terrain. Posthumously, I added finer detail to our build using the limited blocks we had. And now we can finally save worlds, meaning the journey can start in earnest.
Right. Ernest, California.
Finding an area for the Coraline Mansion. Almost filled in the area. Pixel artwork. Sackboy and Bunny Whip. I'm proud of this work. Guys, I don't want to alarm you, but I found my first iron. Which you couldn't actually get in the creative inventory. You actually had to find it. I began work on my lighthouse. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. Adding a bridge and a farm with the only available crops I have. Saplings. This will surely look good in the future. Me and my friends then tried to port forward on the first multiplayer update, but it was a struggle and had to be surrendered. But a year later we did try, and we succeeded sorta, but it was a different world, so this didn't really go far. Starting work on pixel art I found on Pinterest, it was a disaster. First off, I did it in a place where I hit the world height, which was actually at 64 back then, if you can believe that. So I had to rebuild the entire thing, and I moved it along the bridge. After completing the bunny character, which I don't know the name of, kill me, I made a sailboat. Well, low on ideas, I added a floating island and began working on a freeway. If you don't know what that timer thing is, it's basically a 20-minute timer since there was no day-night cycle, and that's like the entire format of how I'm gonna progress updates. So, for now, 20 minutes is in a day, just like it is now, but I have to manually time it. Anyways, the next day I finished the freeway, complete with a sign. If you speak Leaf, you can read it. This was fucking racist! You know, I was gonna show the screenshot, but fuck you, I'm not going to. First time on 0.0.16a, and also doing Spanish dictionary in the background, which is a good idea because there's no sound. And I would go insane without any sound. While doing this, I started to work on a castle, and me and Savian joined a server, and they did not very good things. I'm gonna blur this out too. First time on 0.0.17a in my world. Adding more to the castle, including the US flag. Can you tell? It's made out of dirt and sand. I worked on a castle patio and other fine details. My friend Nick would call it a patio. And then I started working on a state's pixel art. Yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Here's a landscape of my thing. Savian makes modern art in a public server. For the time being, I did multiplayer stuff with my friends on public servers on Betacraft. We couldn't figure out how to make one ourselves at first, but we did figure it out later. First 0.0.18 day in my world. More work on the United States. Made a treehouse swing set and finished the map. Work on the Coraline Mansion begins. I also make a cornucopia. Look at that. Can you tell? It's a cornucopia. Work on the Coraline Mansion. Timer went out mid-roof build. 0.0.19. The new update added glass and sponge, so I made only the most refined of builds. A dome structure. Next update, colored rule blocks are added. Also for the record, this is on a one-off world because I kind of just wanted to explore like new terrain things, new stuff that was added. But mostly I stuck to my world. Back in my main world, I was working of course on the Coraline house, and it now had a better color palette with all the new options. Iconic depressed data room.
How's the writing going? Dad.
You could also still spawn Steves apparently, they just didn't spawn themselves. My world unfortunately got corrupted and I had to do the previous day all over again. But I'm counting it as a new day, because fuck you. Finding more inspiration in the form of a swimming kitty. I should mention I also found this on Pinterest. I don't really know who these people are, but I'm not taking credit. I just can't be fucked to find the source at this point, because this was 2 years ago. Oh yeah, you can middle click now. It's like, surprisingly, like, an early feature. They added that before they added the ability to left click to destroy and right click to build. What the hell happened here? Oh my god, I'm gonna go mining for the first time. Yeah, there's no ores. I generated this world before any ores existed and they're not in the inventory. Next we shift our attention to the weebiest of 2000s anime. I was in a nursing class at this time and I would just, on the car rides there, I would always play this Lucky Star remix. And I got kind of obsessed with the characters, even though I don't really even like the show. It's not even that good. They have Sweden. How do people play before sound? Well, I just did, so I guess it explains it. Oh my god, it's so loud. There's no option menu either. Wait. Wait, Wool makes the leaf crunch sound? Like, it sounds like very familiar. No, I think it's the clay sound. Yeah, it's the clay sound.
Struggling there.
This sucks. You're sus.
Oh my god, shut up.
The Lucky Star Creatura is coming along. Adding more freeway pillars after I finish the Lucky Star sprite. Finish the pillars on the freeway. Next, I decided I wanted to make Burlington, Vermont. I'm not joking. I specifically wanted to build the largest structure in it. Turns out committing a build below sea level is a bad idea. Finally, cleaned off the sponges and water. And nothing bad ever happened again. And then turns out I had to clear out even more because the building was that tall. For classic. It's the shortest, tallest building in all of America, by the way. So I started working on the outline on July 6th. The next day I remember this. One little stray block. One little stray block of water. And we were back to square one. Oh, how I love classic. Then we could finally get back to work, unresumed of any problem. Filling in this giant box, the shell is done, and then we can switch to another world. Just for this little single-player garden house. I sure hope I don't find Herobrine. What the fuck is that, Herobrine? Me and explore a server that would inspire my own classic builds. Yes, these screenshots really are that old. My best pal Savian joins and adds a... You know, never mind. Here's some time-appropriate conversations from 2009. Etika died. No, he didn't! I hate Hungarians. Serbs be like looking for a Findom goddess. Russians ONL. Slain. Slain. Who's hyped for Locktober? Steveman joined the game. Yo, hey, Steveman here. We're building our own stuff. This is a cool server. Fart. Bro, just joined Betacraft. How do you open block menu? B. Big Chungus. Okay, thanks. Guys, please vote for McCain in the election. Meanwhile, Sabian finishes a rainbow build. Guys, I don't want to alarm you, but Queen Angelfish has joined the game. Who's Queen Angelfish? They're my other best pal, along with Sabian and Nick. The next day we did silly antics, and there's also some blue lives that don't matter. Queen Angelfish left the game. Queen Angelfish joined the game. If you pirate Nintendo games, I'll you. Left the game. Left the game. Dear trans men, you will never be a woman. Owned. Jeb _ join the game. Oh my god! The real Jeb? Yes, I have time travel back 10 years ago. Welcome to 2009. Guys, Obama just got into office. Oh my god, Jeb. Hi. Hi, Jeb. Very nice build. Thank you. Jeb fucking Bush! My friend, Queen Angelfish, makes their pet goldfish in Minecraft. Rest in peace. Back to my world, adding the finer details to the apartment complex. I added 2 windows and I also filled in the other cobble areas. Working on the front of the building. Added more windows and worked on the side before. Not much, just apartment grind. These are the Decker Towers, by the way. The Decker Towers are the tallest building in Vermont. I took inspiration from a video that built the tallest building from each state. Of course, I was limited by the 64 height limit and I had to just make Vermont. At 37 meters tall, I had to terraform the floor to be lower than sea level, hence the floodings. I can finally work on the inside, and I'm gonna be more lenient with it, because I don't really know what it looks like too well. I did see some videos about how there's crime and drugs in it, so... Working on the indoors, it feels so homely. No, it doesn't. Almost done with the floors. I was filling each of these one by one. The next day I filled in all the floors. Adding all these little hallways now. What the fuck, liminal space? In celebration of me slowly learning Spanish, a new project begins. Can you guess what it is yet? You can. It's probably because it's finished, dumbass. Today I learned how glitches destroy classic worlds when sand increased the water height. Oh boy. So my whole world was flooded an extra block, and I had to do a whole sponge grid thing. And then I missed one spot of water, and I had to do the entire section all over again. I was losing my mind. They don't call it the Insanity SMP for nothing. I was honestly exhausted by the end of this and just decided to
shoot heroin with my boyfriend.
The Splunk Bob line, the Grand Spонker Bro Army, can finally work on the Italy flag. Wait a minute. That's not Italy. Added some of the new decorations, by which I mean dandelions and roses. Making a house. Finish the outsides. I added a border, a tree, and a flag connecting the stairs. Minecraft Journey supports LGBT rights.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
Adding rooms to the Decker Towers. It looks like a Trouble in Terrorist Town map. I built all the interiors from the top floor to the bottom floor. I also had a cool idea for an elevator. It was going to be a water elevator, which is I don't recommend doing. So basically I used the water glitch I learned, and some canals, and some sponges to my benefit. I was playing a dangerous game, by the way. Water elevator is finished. Also, let's play a game. It's called... Who's the 2009 meme?
Minecraft January will be back after these messages.
Ohio been drinking
porn.
Which comedy?
I am currently hitting the gritty for you.
That's why I created Conservative Dad's Ultra Right 100% woke free beer. Tastes like freedom.
Welcome back to... Unfortunately, we don't. It's Christian. I drew this Christian all by myself. Also, I made this rose and bridge before getting tired. The next real life morning, I did a little secret behind this mountain. I wonder what it could be. Mini Eiffel Tower and working on building shell. The base shell of the new home is done. Now I work on the interior. Un poquito sneak peek para mi project nuevo.
Nada, pendejo, ignorante, estúpido, mamaverga, succiones sables, nada.
Big Benson from Futurama, I think. What? Here we are, the Big Bean from South Scotland. On my last day of Creative Classic, I prepped, stocking up on wool and glass. We're in for a treat tomorrow. I tripped the fuck out on my first survival test. Not much for today. I watched a tree grow while a zombie stalked me. The spawn rates and aggression were insane, topped on with a broken pause button. I couldn't catch a breath for a second. Introduction to creepers. Also, my skin's here. Woohoo! I somehow got one of the previous worlds loaded so I could play it on survival. Beware, my one dirt. Back on my main world, I spawned a bunch of saplings, making it feel like a different world. Hey, so some bad news. I recorded a couple clips for survival tests, but I don't have any audio for it. So enjoy my little supplemental sound effects.
Warning. Vital signs critical.
Nom nom. Nom nom nom.
Warning. Vital signs critical.
Hey look, I need to go over to my wool supply and get the wool. It feels so different with forests, like, I'm really happy with it though, it makes it feel like more modern.
I survived 5 billion days in nostalgic Minecraft.
Yeah. I mean, it is a nice round number, I could say I survived 50 days in the oldest version of Minecraft. I haven't died yet though, I expect myself to die a lot, you know me, I die so much.
Well, most hardcore YouTubers die a lot, and they just respawn, so, you know.
Whoa, that's a lot of pigs. Come to mama. Why Trollface so emo, bruh? He has a dark side and a white side, just like Obama.
How do you regenerate health?
With mushroom.
First death?
No.
He shot after he died.
Yeah, they spray arrows when. Woo! Oh, hey.
Kill that thing. Or what? Why did it explode?
It does that whenever it dies. There, I officially can say I built something with actual effort and survival test. I'm probably like the first person in like human history to actually do that. Oh my god, they're in the house. There's like, there's no strategy to it, like you can't build a shelter to be safe. You kinda just have to keep moving. Okay?
So,
Oh my god. Okay, so 2 black high spaces do not spawn proof. I wonder if glass is spawn proof? Question mark. I have to face my fears. What if it means a creeper's gonna blow up?
Oh, that's painful.
I don't care, it's like a bomb survival. At this point, it is kind of satisfying in a weird way to see the stuff I made, like, get destroyed every now and then. Because then, like, in the aftermath, I can be like, look at how much devastation the creeper war caused. It was about states rats. States rats that killed Steve. Alright, so the Strider, like...
That's the hair.
Ow. I wish there was a multiplayer for survival test, that'd be fun. This is gonna be like the ancient Stonehenge.
Spongehenge.
Spongehenge is the worst episode I've ever seen. I looked it up, nobody takes this version seriously. There's not any screenshots, there's not any strat. I'm like, genuinely a pioneer. Oh my god, there's Spongehenge. Wait, is he trapped in the glass? What a dumbass!
Your builds are bonito.
No, this is not bonito.
Minecraft free online for free in English for free.
I began theorizing of ways to spawn proof, starting with glass floors. I ran out of red wool for my watermelon sprite. Working on a ball of cool. Well, we are fucked now. There's our culprit. I decided to go back to the creative version and add in all my survival projects, and I'll return with a fresh start. Considered making this 3D, also added back the watermelon. The back side of the kitty is done. kitty looking a little derpy so far. Making an inside kitty place. Little interior with impossible mazes. They will all be trapped. Also, look at my cute kitty place. It's so colorful. The thought process was that the creepers must have drowned in the elevator, died, and then blew up in the apartment, causing flooding. Gathering materials. The cat shrine of Taoism. 10,000 points! Also, I'm beginning to think the spawn-proof base worked. Hey pigs, these dumbasses walk right into my trap.
So, yeah, here's where you make all, sweet dough, cash, money, cha-ching, whatever.
Also Madison. Well, I'm about done with the survival test saga, and I opted to just remake what I did. Silly pig, silly rain, and half-slab madness. Despite the introduction of spiders and gold blocks, a pretty uneventful day. I make a little underground base with the ace flag and the new bricks. My based base. Added some ores in the main world because we have that option now. Running out of rooms so fast, this good classic is reaching its end. I then worked on my house and please don't dox me. I was in the kitchen and Grandma was bugging me about the computer. I also made my room while in my room. After a short break, the gate strikes again, and I finished the living room and bathroom. Okay. Completed the house, please don't dox. This Pikachu fella is downright silly. Pika Pika also updating the lighthouse to add more vibrancy and color. I pretty much stole it from TGT. Done with the penultimate version. Here's a new and improved lighthouse. I make my little Loppy Hannah character. Oh my god, that's old. Now we're on the final version of Classic, and we had a lot of adventures to go through. I was in a call with my friend Carol, and she made me make Big Weld, and it didn't really work out.
Coming.
The faces where it fell apart and was just scrapped. Instead, I settled on making that one scene where Bugs Bunny impersonates Elmer Fudd. Me and my friend Nick explore a Classic Anarchy server, the first time we played together in this journey. It kinda sucked, so Nick spent like several hours trying to set up his own server. He's actually smart with computers, unlike me, so we actually managed to make one. So me, Nick, and Ash worked together to make another permanent classic world. This time it's multiplayer. Our other friend Super gets trolled by a fake nether portal, by the way. He'll try to deny it, but please go to his channel and say, haha, you got trolled. Nick built the behemoth mansion of the classic city. The next day he finishes his mansion and we start building new things and rebuilding old things. Nick makes a problematic Mario statue. I'm racist. Rebuilding Blue Lives before they stop mattering again. We grief Super's base with orange wool, I mean lava, and gaze at Quackmire's legs cut off by height limit. Nick begins his Jack Frost statue. I wonder what could go wrong. Unflooding classic water is a nightmare.
Oh hell no, I already did it to my flip-flops and those kittens, I can't do it again.
Nick builds the biggest cheeseburger ever. Chungus and Joe Biden burger are back, and you can eat it like a Glombo coin. Me and Nick stock up on colored wool for future versions. A certain Hooters parody is remade. Guys, I don't want to alarm you, but I think the server console is cursed. A collection of Jackbox builds before everyone said they were bored and we gave up on the server. I explore the Minecraft 4K challenge! Foraging for mushrooms and iron in my single-player world. Survival in my base. Unfortunately, because everyone was bored and I didn't take this as seriously back then, we skipped right to Indev. But after a while, I felt bad and decided to make some more builds of classic-only blocks and MC Edit to make up for that. I realized these MC Edit segments were way off course, and 80% of you have a TikTok brain worse than my ADHD, so I'll describe these 20-minute MC Edit segments each in one word.
If I was gonna...
Sorry, bridge, cleaning, smoothing, rebuild, extravaganza, masterpiece by F-Shawl, greenhouse, town, room, school, playground, bubney, bridge, rainbow, Vietnam,
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because they pay me every time I do.
Germany, Pride, Narfi, Simpson, no, Sealand, Saddam, Big Weld, Revisionism, Blossom. This journey may have started out with a different goal, but by this point, it quickly became about having everything I've ever made in Minecraft in a single world. If I had a world I played on in 1.6, I would fuse it in 1.6. If I had a Minecraft world in 1.13, I'll fuse it in 1.13. It became something special. This was no longer just a Minecraft journey. It was just Minecraft as a whole for me. I actually stopped playing modern versions past this point. At the time, 1.18 had just come out, and I only played it a little bit. And to this day, I have not played 1.19 or 1.20. Based! Now that that's out of the way, back to a world you know. That's right! back to this world, and I worked on a little Venice house thingy. Voila! Impressive to still have any classic spark. But now I wanted to do something new. I wanted a sphere. Wow! Now that's big! This is the first time I ever manually made a sphere without World Edit. To make it, I used a Minecraft sphere converter website and gave myself splitting headaches trying to copy it. It was only getting more confusing the closer I got to the center. And then it came together nicely. And then I hit the height limits. So I had to load a backup and start over. Also, my PC was on fire for some reason. Thank God for these undynamic shadows. It makes placing things very easy. The gap is closing in. I have a headache. The sphere is completed. Let's go. And here's where the big reveal. I'm working on the Earth. I finished the globe. I think this will be my last real classic project. For my final days, I kind of just fumbled around, polishing areas now and again and doing small projects. It's done! I added a sign my last day.
Let's celebrate.
Our beautiful world is here. Onwards to Indev. First Indev update. Rana, torches, and lighting. Rana, me, wishes you a Merry Christmas Eve, my secret dark chamber. It was a bad idea for your update to give me fire. Fire! Fire! Exploring new Indev themes. Exploring the floating island setting. My funny little floating island fort. Indev adds their save files and the journey begins anew, floating in the void. The Ranas invade. I built a house from the ground up using the debug supplies. My little garden Ranas! Building a small dam and a water elevator. Absolutely horrifying clown world. Rabbit Island is created, which will go on to become one of my most developed survival areas. I upgraded the starter base and then it gets flooded. The new Indev worlds give you a chest full of TNT. Beginning of tiered tools. Diamonds? At the surface? Is more likely than you think. Back in the Sky Islands, cozy with my new cogs. This is the first time I had to use MBT editor. Two of my friends bet on whether I knew what I was doing. Roman lost. And if you're hearing this, come back. I miss you. Black Steve! Black Steve! I make yet another permanent world. A hell theme, bringing the total Indev worlds to 3. A normal one, a floating one, and a hell one. Mining and gathering the new gold blocks. Mining for the newfangled diamonds. Mushroom heaven, I'm coming back to you. Blast mining leads to a huge vein I couldn't mine due to a glitch. Back to Rabbit Island, or as my save file calls it, penis.mc level. The beginning of crafting. I crafted the TNT. Get out, breast boy! Back to hell where I've built the evil fortress. Me and Sabian spent this time in a call together talking about grotesque and evil shit. The old mobs are back, but passive. Passive monsters are weird. I ran a server called Arctic Burrow with a cute bunny icon I wanted to make on the floating islands. Halfway there and I'm tired. Here's yet another world, it's not that important, where we experience night for the first time. No more do I have to time things. Now it does it for us. Well, before we used the 20-minute timer for a day, now we literally use a day-night cycle. A crisp 8 FPS back at the floating islands. Don't worry, my computer was just trash. Arctic Burrow completed! Was it worth it? I don't know. It's based on this cute video though, check it out. Farming is added, and I set up a farm area. Yummy food. The first wheat. Tried to add some 3D effects to the Arctic Burrow rabbit, but I ran out of blocks. Speaking of wool, the sheep have wool! Now you can punch their stupid faces and they drop it, so cool. Sheepers, creepers. I better make a hideout up in Rabbit Island. They follow me everywhere. Building a wall to protect against the monsters. An upstairs walkway, I don't know why I made this. I finished most of my main base in Rabbit Island. I was a scared-ass pussy bitch, probably because I couldn't respawn. That's right, I survived 1 billion days in hardcore Minecraft. Spelunking the Rabbit Island caves. The smelter. Gonna be French revolting up in here with the cost of this bread. Wabbit caves of the island variety. My survival worlds of progress in the background. I start a new flat-themed world with the goal of stripping the trees and remaking pre-classic. No build shall be left behind. The OG hut is finished with a controversial decision to add torches. No one actually cares. Built a mother truckin' mushroom because I love 'em. I'm on the hunt for full diamond and hell. I think I will go get the rest of the diamonds in that nightmare mineshaft full of lava. Get lost again, lol. Those bastards added Flint without telling me. Due to water physics lag, I had to defect from Rabbit Island and move to an Oregon world. Named so due to the woods theme having immense fog. Hide, 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 hide. Here's my true intro to MC Edit, when I was trying to cut lag by creating a man-made drought. I had to cut the world height in half to fit for the future as well. It all took really long on my computer. With little to do, we will look at Indev some more. Here's an isometric screenshot. For what might be my final Indev project, I wanted to refurbish this house. You can grow Glombo coin? New paintings! That'll fix up the ugly, mossy house. And then we are welcomed to Infdev, where the day-night cycle is only 8 minutes long. And that's for the best, because there's nothing to do and nothing to save, and we can get through it faster. I discover the glorious pyramid. At times, the Infdev terrain can be quite impressive. To epic 999 diamond shovel. It both creates mobs, I remember, because they can't spawn naturally. There is ores and trees, and things feel more alive. Not much new today, just bug fixes. And more bugs. The day-night cycle is back to 20 minutes. Fire, crafting, and farming work again. This will be a historic landmark one day. The first Infdev saves start working and the challenge begins. You see, I wanted to bring my Indev terrain into Infdev, and to do so, I needed an old, borderline lost version of MC Edit. I started with MC Edit Unified, which was not at all welcome to Infdev file formats. My computer rendered things incredibly slow, and in the end, the world just loaded blankly. This part of our journey is very similar to Infdev in and of itself. I had to turn everything upside down just for a chance to have something really cool. I would often return from lunch breaks with the world still not rendered or saved or even loaded. Like the birth of the Earth, things started off messy and chaotic, like meteors coming together. Rabbit Island is imported, and its satellite view gives it the name. What the fuck, I love the shape of this island! Rabbit Island!
I hate women.
After so much searching, possibly 6 hours, I finally find an old enough MC Edit version. From 2011. We weren't out of the woods yet though. My first playtest did not work and I was so exhausted. This time around I actually import the floating island successfully. But they said I was insane. I ended up with a nightmare of overlapping blocks smushed together. Okay, putting together all the worlds is really cool in my opinion, but it might be controversial. Since the height limit was doubled to 128, there's mountains generating over smaller worlds. I decided to not go with that. With all the worlds added, it was now about finding a placement I liked. Finally, everything was ready, and I could put MC Edit away for now and play like normal. I gave some space between everything. That bottom lava is eventually gonna be void. I'm so unbelievably proud I pulled off this shit. Making that bridge to hell is a cool view and all, but I had to kill myself constantly just to barely get there. Found an exploit! Seeds turned into wheat immediately. Working on a bridge somewhere else because fuck hell. I ended up on Rabbit Island and began plans to closely integrate it with the floating islands. I shall build a staircase to the islands, whom's loser ancestors didn't finish. I explore the first bits of Infdev terrain where grass spreads but not water.
We interrupt this program to bring you
an Infdev world I made in 2020 to compensate for missing days. On a new world for a short while, but don't worry, I'm gonna fuse the two of them later. I have iron armor and an emergency cave base. Lava is at the bottom of the map instead of bedrock. This is based off a childhood home that I wanted to immortalize in block game. Working on the interior. This is based on the old living room. I had a lot of creative liberties too, don't get me wrong. The upper interior looked to be done, or close to that. It was easy to be super paranoid of intrusive mobs before doors were even added. I then began work on the basement level and I got to tune out and relax mining it out. It was therapeutic. Back then there wasn't even any caves, it was a window into my madness, traversing into identical corridors. I remember this night specifically because it was the night that Joe Biden won the election. This is how you resource collected in the olden days. And we're back! New update, they added big trees, which is the only new thing here. I will explore them soon. Old school Stairway to Heaven, I was considering making the islands heaven themed. I hit the debug jackpot. Hopefully it'll last to netherite days. Also some loser dies to TNT. First death, Michelle fucking dies of anxiety as she builds a bridge without shift. I also had blocks in the debug chest that would otherwise be unobtainable for now. I discovered all sorts of wonders on my first adventures in the infinite terrain. I spent a while looking for big trees until I realized I was playing on the wrong version. Good job, me! But this new version had skins and mobs re-added. And then I respawned here. That poor pig doesn't know the predicament they're in. The last update for over a month was Notch Ultra depressed, mostly just re-adding old stuff to the infinite terrain. I started renovating my old house in Rabbit Island. I wanted to garbage off this wall and make it much neater and turn it into a circle. I loved how much old Minecraft forced you to be creative. Finished my bed and tore down that wall. Fuck you, non-decaying leaves! This whole time I was terraforming things with a shovel. I almost forgot about my giant collection of TNT. Had to nuke the dirt roof. Also, spiders are passive at day already. Feels like I'm an archaeologist brushing around bones. I cleanly blew up trees and blew my house up a little on accident. Tee hee. We having steak-looking pork tonight. I'm also brave enough to venture out, even though the mobs are scary these versions. Wow, that is expensive and not even enchanted, shaking my head. This project getting real messy and I defid an oopsie. Working on the circle wall, I also ran out of my first stack of TNT. Only 5,900 more to go. Wow, I complete my freaking thing and it's slightly off! What a nightmare. It really does feel like a construction zone. I also have an idea for the first anniversary, building a giant crafting table full of features added this year. She's true. The unending war to torch the lower island. During so, a spider comboed me to half a heart. But I never die, 0 deaths. Sheep mass suicide. Ankle high water doesn't break or fall either. God, this game was so unrealistic! Anyways, look at these gems. Skeleton ambushed me while burning leaves and let logs catch fire. Fuck you, skeleton! I decided to fit everything they added the past year into the crafting table. I exhaustively read every update's wiki. By the way, fighting skeletons back then was the most balanced it'll ever be. Fight me. Night was pretty at first until it becomes too dark to see. Fun facts with Michelle. You were permanently on booty until like some version in beta. So I spent that time mining for coal. And 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 help. And help. And mining for coal. Big tree. And a secure bridge down. 3 days to anniversary and it's not looking good. Due to my lack of obsidian, I decided to obscure the last side with mural art. I will make one thing clear. Spiders are the most dangerous mob in this version. Besides the infinite terrain, fancy trees and golden apples are the only truly new Infdev additions. Morning! Time to chop more trees! Since Infdev started, I've only been to 2 of my worlds. I ought to step up my game. 1 year anniversary, sorta. Allegedly. Like Joe Bowden. I was working on the man-made cave today, gathering cobble with a giant debug chest of TNT. I found grass in the debug chest and prayed to Allah for it to spread. Another disputed anniversary day for Minecraft. I wanted to add just a few more things and keep it simple. The last thing I needed for the crafting table project was a creeper head and a brick pyramid. Where the heck will I find that? I know. Sacrifices have to be made. Don't mind me, just carrying the only supply of bricks in the whole world across a bridge passing the void. And we're done. So what have we learned from the first year of Minecraft? What do I think of it? Old Minecraft may seem boring or even daunting to play this much of it, but I honestly don't consider it a challenge. It was genuine fun. I'm a builder and I love being challenged with such a limited block palette, and the combat was genuinely more engaging just with how scary and difficult it is. Modern Minecraft is great, but for different reasons. They're barely the same game. This journey, if you want this series to continue, will be about how this alien game slowly transformed into the one you know and love. Let me know if you want more of this, or I'll retreat to my den. Woo!